Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Hopefully you can all hear me. Check one, check two. How's everybody doing? That was the Jackson. You know, when you pick up a Jackson, really all you can play is 80s. That's what I find. More 80s, the better. It's like it's the 80s. It's the 80s guitar. So I just this afternoon quickly learned a couple of those riffs, and just so that I could play some Jackson appropriate stuff for the show tonight. And I tried to figure out a way to play over a live, like a streaming track, but OBS didn't want to cooperate. So that's the best I can do. Anyways, let me see who we got in here so far. Happy New Year, everybody, by the way. Happy new decade as well. So hopefully everybody had a great new year, and hopefully everybody's going to have a great year and a great decade. So anyway, let me start at the top. Jeff Replinger, first one in. Hey, Jeff. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Joe Hervey 84, hey buddy. James Severin is here. Daniel Horsley. Phil Mosley is here. Awesome. Thank you. Upside Down BC Rich 581. There's Dave. Dave is lurking while driving. Cool. Jack the Rabbit. Gary Tholander. Terry Himes. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for popping in. Really appreciate it. And there he is, the man, the myth, the mystery. Quentin James is in the house. Hey, buddy. How are you? Brian S., yeah, your school's playing. I get it. No worries, brother. No worries. The original Paramutant, how's it going? Cyanide and Happiness. Okay, there's a new name. Welcome to the channel. Tom Harhai is here. Welcome. Okay, quickly making my way down. Wannabe Guitar God. Whoop. Nice to see ya. Oregon Steve, how's it going? Still on the road? Okay, drive safe, buddy. Ricky Compton, thanks for coming. There's Chicken Guitars. Hopefully you're feeling a little a little better today, Chicken Guitars. Yeah, hopefully if you're feeling better. Paul Lewis here. Music Therapy Laz, how's it going? JP Page 2. What's Sophie? Sophie's Choice? Yeah. Okay, I'm just catching up. Mitch Heyman, hey buddy, how are you? Tom Harhai, I got the giveaway package. I can't thank you enough. I used the tuner already twice. My son set up the mic into my twin reverb and was having a ball before I took over. Awesome. I'm just glad you got it. You got it all right, Tom. Awesome, man. And thanks for playing. Metalhead Hippie, hey buddy. Hey, there's Mayhem. Welcome. Okay, have I got everyone? I think I got everyone. Edwin Crane, welcome. Wow, you guys have been talking up a storm, man. Awesome. Hey, Janice. Terry Himes. Bearded Blues Dude. Hey, man. Welcome, everybody. Six String Brian. Welcome, guys. This song is titled Bye Bye Jackson. Hey, Dale Palmer, how are you? Han 36 Solo, how's it going? My vote is for the non-Floyd as that suits its purpose. But I prefer the Jackson, says Han 36 Solo. Can I get more 80s than that? I know, eh, Bearded Blues, dude? Alright. Brad Miller, welcome. Electric Gypsy Blues, welcome to the channel, man. New name? Crowbar, there he is. Zach Thong, and it just jumped on me. Gary Holt. Okay, Ricky Compton. Frank Corcoran, welcome, folks. Thank you all so much for popping in. So, can you guys let me know? Were you able to hear the guitar all right? Let me know if you can hear the guitar all right. Sounds great, but loud. But it should be. Okay, loud and clear. Hey, Charlie S., welcome. So, yeah, you know, I think there's a lot of truth to the guitar kind of dictates what you're going to play. It's breaking up a little. Okay, let me turn that. Thanks for letting me know that, Hippie. Let me turn that down a little bit. Okay, I just turned the mic down a bit. Actually, did I turn the right mic down? It's this one. All right, cool. Okay. Still good. All right. Okay, should be fine now. Hey, Thomas Santiago, Half Face, welcome. Pete Hickson, cutting out a little bit. All right, I turned it down a bit, so it should be okay now. So, all right. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to whatever guitar you pick up kind of dictates what you're going to play. And when you pick up some like this, it's like all you want to play is like 80s. You know, all those riffs, you know, Motley Crue, Rat, you know, Poison, you know, yeah, I think the guitar really dictates what you know, what you're going to play. In this particular one, this says Shred all over it, right? But here's a surprising thing. So, let me go back, and for some of you that maybe you missed it over the holidays or whatever. So why do I have a Jackson? Why does Hack have a Jackson? It's like, it's bizarre, right? But over the summer months, Um, I made a conscious effort to play. To think the guitar is still hot little clipping. Okay, well it's basically turned down to nothing now. But how about now? All right, should be okay now. So so I the reason I got a jack. So anyway, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, and the song I tried a bunch of different guitars. See what Charlie S has to say. Hack, I play mostly high-end guitars. Stumbled on a 2008 PRS. I think you mean SC22. Take Guitar Center. Holy shit, unreal. Also beautiful green flame. I had to get out before I took it. 379. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll get to that in a second. So I played. I made a conscious effort to play guitars I don't normally play. So I grabbed a bunch of basically 80 shredder guitars, and I absolutely dug the. I dug the Pro Dinkies way back in the summer. I thought they were really really cool, but they were like $1,000. So I wasn't prepared to spend $1,000 at that time. And then later in the year, I decided maybe I should get a beater for some of the, the not so cool places that we play. And I ordered back in November. I ordered the PRS SC, which is right there. So I ordered that November 11th, and it didn't show up until about 3 days ago. Um, but in the meantime, I stumbled across this, and I got a crazy ass deal on it. So I basically got this that was worth $1,000 for maybe $100 more than that one. So I went from looking for a beater to having, I guess, two beaters. So, but the real surprising thing again with the Dinky is, yeah, it's an 80s rock machine, but it also has some really nice clean tones. So it can do all of that kind of stuff as well. So it's not just it's not just a heavy rock machine. Three chord Monty, there's a new name. Welcome to the channel. It can do a lot of different stuff, and that's really what surprised the hell out of me with these sort of shreddy guitars. They are versatile. Um, you know, just to give you a quick, I'm not going to go into all the specs on this, but I've got a JB and a 59 Seymour Duncan in this, and it's got a 5-position switch. And because of that 5-position switch, I can have split coils. I can play two single coils together, and that's where I get that stratty tone, or I could play them, of course, as humbuckers. So there is a lot of versatility in this guitar, surprisingly so, you know. Hey, Russ Markart, how are you? PRS sexy. Okay, upside down, send that PRS back. So let me just Marco's Images. JB59 has always been classic for tone. Good luck deciding. Cough. PRS. Yeah, the overwhelming on the Jackson, does it have split coils? Yes, Mayhem. So just so you can hear, so this is the bridge humbucker. This is the bridge split. This is the neck humbucker. This is the neck split. And then in this position, I have a single coil and a single coil, bridge and neck. Now you wouldn't expect that kind of tone out of a Jackson, but there it is. So super surprising. Super surprising. Get caught up here. Hey, Hank Hill. Welcome, man. So, yeah, we're demonetized. Yeah. So, yeah, you can do a lot with this thing. You can do a lot with this thing. Which one has the better neck to play? So let me talk. Which one feels better? Okay, so let me address that for a minute. So the one thing that I'm not used to on the Jackson is it has jumbo frets. So these are bigger frets than what I'm used to. And the more I play it, the more I realize it. It almost, I don't know if anyone here has ever tried a like a scallop neck, but it almost has that kind of vibe because the frets are so high, you know. I mean, it's not that it's uncomfortable to play, but it is definitely an adjustment compared to what I'm used to. So it's definitely a little bit to get used to with the raised frets. So because again they're higher than what I'm accustomed to. So yeah, so I got this. The one thing though, I will say, and this is nothing revolutionary. Everybody knows this. The one thing about this guitar, because it is a Floyd Rose, I have this set up now for E flat. If you try to set this back to, and I tried earlier today actually, I tried to put this back in a standard tuning. It's a freaking nightmare. So if you have, like with this particular one, if I use it, I have to always keep it at E flat. Heck, Snots is saying kiss my Gibson ass. Traitor. Yeah, I'm a traitor. Hey, Metal Soda's here. Hey, Metal Soda. So that's the one thing. Is that this basically will always have to be in E flat, right? That's the one thing. It's Floyds are a pain in the ass. I did have owned Floyds before. I owned a Floyd. I had an Ibanez for like 20 years, but this is my first Floyd in about 7 or 8 years. Guitar Hack. I had my Jackson Plug 2 years ago. Frets are worn already though. That fast? Wow. Hey Johnny Bean, welcome. Not a fan of floating bridges. Would take a hardtail over that any day. Yeah. Balancing the trem takes a little practice, something you get used to. But BB Mate says the most important thing for me is, I mean, most of you guys, people in the chat, folks, you know, like I gig a lot, and the most important thing for me is, first of all, I want to gig every guitar I own. And so, you know, if you gig, the most important thing is your guitar has to stay in tune. And that is going to be an issue with this because there are songs that I have to do a drop D in, and this does not have a detuna. I could put a detuna in it, right? But that's just one other thing, right? So as far as criticisms, the jumbo frets, which I'm not really used to, but more so it's the Floyd thing, right? Like if I was just a home player and I wasn't had no intentions of taking this guitar out, it would be fine. But that's sort of the sticking point for me. That being said, here's the CE. Now with the CE, I have, is it floating? Can't use a detone on floating bridge. It's not floating, Johnny. It's flush. It's actually that Floyd is recessed right into the body, so that the top of the Floyd is flush with the top of the body. It's dug out, so I could put a detune on that. Get a Digitech drop pack. Oh, one of those pedals. So what happened with this is I was fully prepared when this came in to just send it back, but when I took this thing out and they had already opened the box and did their once over on it, and I started playing this thing. This thing is just like, and I'm not a PRS guy. I've played tons of PRSs. I've never found one I like until now. And I took this guitar and I actually played New Year's Eve. I did a New Year's Eve show with this guitar, and it stayed in tune for the whole gig. It did what I needed it to do, and it doesn't have jumbo frets. It has the medium frets, which I'm more used to. As far as sounds on this one, so what you have here is there's a 3-position switch, but I also have coil split on this. So I can get just as many tones out of this as I can the Jackson. Now this does have a trem, okay, which I don't plan on using. I'm going to add the extra spring so that that trem doesn't move at all. And I'm not going to ever put the trem arm on this. So I'm going to play this as a stop tailpiece. And I was able to do drop D on this, and all the other strings, they stayed in tune because I did one drop D tune New Year's Eve, and it's fine, So just to give you an idea with this one, the tones you can get out of this one. So there's the bridge humbucker. Here's the bridge split. Here's the neck humbucker. Here's the neck split. And here's the split pickup in the middle position. You notice I don't get that. You don't get quite that quack that you get with the Strat. You get the quack with the Jackson. You don't get the quack with this. So you're not doing Stevie Ray on a PRS. It doesn't sound nearly as good. So I mentioned the other day, like, people say that PRS is somewhere between a Strat and a Les Paul. If you're talking about this Strat or this PRS, this is way closer to a Les Paul than it is a Strat. Way closer. And it's got the 8515 pickups in it, which I think they're the offshore made copies, but they sound good. And the guitar performed real well. The other plus with this is a lot lighter, smaller, way more comfortable. So, all right, let me get to the comments because there's been a hell of a lot of them. while I've been here yakking. We got 81 people. Thank you all so much for tuning in, man. I have not had cracked 80 in a long time. So thank you all so much. Hunt 36. Hunt 36 solo. The Jackson is strictly only dives. Yeah, I can't really pull up on it. Yeah. Um, any Krellbar likes to float his trems. You know, Krellbar, when I got my Strat, the Strats come with the trem is slightly up. It's slightly floating. I actually had them drop it flat, which means that the screw in arm is no good anymore. But I actually prefer it that way. I like you know, I like to set it flat. Dave, you like the sound of the Jackson better? Okay. Uh, just going down here. Why have a trem guitar if you don't float it? Well, so you can do dives. The Ernie ball that's behind me here, the trem is flat, and it's I just go down. I don't pitch shift up. I just go down, and it works fine. And and it's stable, very very stable. I can the Ernie ball Axis. I mean, these guitars are so well made. There's no locking nut on these, and you can go crazy on that thing, and it always goes right back to pitch. So I think those things are really really good. The Ernie ball trems. Okay, I'm getting caught up here. Put a big ass brass block on the trem as well. Okay, Hack. So you gave the wife. No, I didn't do any of that, Mike Heath. Papa Blue. One of the guitars is going to go back. Mitch Heyman, did you say that PRS? No, it's an SE, as in Steve. Yeah, SE standard. This is the most inexpensive PRS you can buy. Six String Stanger, welcome. BB made. Oh, I missed you. Sorry, man. Let me get back up. This thing's jumping on me like crazy. Seymour Duncan sound better. Keep the PRS and swap out. That could be something in the future. There's a couple of things that I might do to this guitar. The first thing is I'd probably change the tuners on it. And the next thing would be the pickups. Yeah, I could see myself putting this guitar, the way it feels and plays, is definitely worth upgrading. Yeah. Bearded Blues, dude, you like the sound of the Jackson better? Oh, Kubrick lover, you're getting a lot of use out of the Ditto Looper. Good, man. Yeah, the Ditto Looper, it's just so simple to use, and it's fun, man. It's fun. Actually, I got to use the Ditto Looper. I got some guitar learning I got to do thanks to Dave. Gave me a bunch of stuff to work on, so that's going to be really cool. Okay, just going down here. Crowbar says, I only float the locking trems. Okay. Dwight Bailey, I blocked off my Floyd trem so can only push down on my Jackson. Yeah. Oh, this one is flush to the body as well. DR Guitar says, these pickups are lifeless and dark. They have no reason to live. I actually don't mind them. I think I'll stick with them for a while. That's funny. Hey, Poo Ninja, welcome. Once you go Jackson, you never go back. Oregon Steve. You called. I was just trying to. Only two people could play Trump properly, Jimmy and Eddie. Says Electric. Yeah, you got. Well, I don't know. Those Satriani guy and Steve Vai are pretty good with the trim as well. I used to block all my strats, but I changed them to down only. Put some bare knuckle warp. bare knuckle, you mean? War pigs. Yeah, I know. I don't want to make this a killer guitar. If anything, I'd put in the real 8515s. Okay, cool. All right, original Paramutants. Okay, I'm caught up. I'm caught up, and I think I said hello to everyone that's in here. Pickup swap will make the SC come alive. Yeah, I don't mind these pickups actually. Hey, Dennis Coverbang. Hack, I always felt PRS are well-made, beautiful guitars, the best note definition in the business, but I don't like their tone. It's harsh and brittle sounding to me. Too much brightness. Okay. Jasko, man, how you been? Haven't seen you in a long time. I like the new guitars. Cool. What's up, Doc? How's it going? Get some P90s in there. No, I wouldn't do that. What's up, Doc? I've got P90s in one of my Les Pauls. I wouldn't put P90s in this. Dunkin' Donut hater too. Oregon Steve, the SC stands for Steve Edition. Oh, I got you. Meryl J, welcome. How are you? Christian Kushmik, welcome. PRS sounds good. Yeah, I'll do some. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna shoot a video with both of these guitars whenever I get a chance. I'll run through all the tones. I'll play them with a backing track, and so I'll do like a full, review of the Jackson. Because here's a funny thing: when I was looking at Pro Dinky reviews on, on YouTube, I'm not saying there weren't any. There were a few, but there wasn't a lot of them, which was surprising. I'm like, why isn't there? Should be a shitload of Pro Dinky reviews on YouTube, but there isn't. So I'll throw one in the pile there and see if it does anything. And actually, the same can be said for these SCs, the SC standards. So I'll put a review of both of these guitars up there, and then I'll be able to hear them back to back, and maybe I'll hear what you folks are hearing. Some of you are saying these sound lifeless. I think they sound all right, but maybe if I play them back to back and listen to them, I'll hear something. Get some FU tones. We know a guy. Oh, for the I don't know who makes the tuners, but there are PRS tuners that fit exactly in this spot, locking tuners. Okay, just getting caught up. Oregon Steve, I swapped out my SC pickups with the neck from another SC and the bridge with a Duncan designed HB 101 from Brad Miller. It sounds terrific. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Do you find the scale length on the PRS a tough adjustment, or what's up, Doc? Not really. No, no, I'm okay with it. Um, you know, no, I'm okay with it. The neck on this thing is just, it's incredible. Like, I mean, for me, right? Like, this is their pattern thin, but hey, Guitar Bazaar, welcome. But this is their pattern thin neck, and I've tried a bunch of SCs, and I know the necks are all described as pattern thin, but man, they're not all the same. But this neck just it's just perfect for my hand. This neck is somewhere. It feels a lot like a 60 slim taper you would find on a Les Paul, and it does widen up slightly as you go up the neck. It does go a little bit wider. Not as radical as my SG, but it does go a little wider. But I don't know. I just find it super, super comfortable. Crowbar, what's the exact model of that PRS? I look up SC Standard and can't find anything close to that one. No, this is a 20. This would be a 2018 or a 2019 SC Standard. I think the 2018s are the first ones that they started putting binding on the body. The other ones are the same. The older version is the same except for the binding on the body and the binding on the neck. And I think the binding is really what sets this guitar off. And that's kind of why I wanted to go with this one instead of, because I could have got an older one for used, but and there's no maple cap on this. This is just see if I can put this closer to the camera so you can see it. But this is just mahogany. So you can see that. Yeah, so the wood grain that you can see is just the mahogany. There's no maple cap on this. Hey, buddy Holly, welcome. How is Todd Flowers doing? He's been in a couple of chats, Soda. And I know he's not been well, but he has been showing up in the chats. My concern is oh man, I know his real name, but I've forgotten his YouTube name. Who hasn't been around in a long, long time. It'll come to me. Has an arch top. Crowbar. It's got a little bit of a curve. It's a little bit of a taper on the edges. I wouldn't really call it much of an arch. Hey, Tom Harhai. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, buddy. Gwen James, set the Floyd to flow. Throw an invader in the bridge and stop being such a... Gwen, I can only be me, buddy. Jerry W., can you make your vocal louder? Yes, I can. How's that? Should be able to hear me now, okay. Jack the Rabbit, I admit a guitar, I'm not a fan of PRS, but the binding looks sharp compared to the Jackson. If I were going by looks alone, the PRS would get me. Yeah. Both axes have zebras. You notice that headstock here. I love zebras. I love the look of zebra pickups. So, yeah, and they both have zebras, so of course that caught my eye right away. Yeah, thanks, Jerry W. Yeah, it's for a plain, like, no maple cap, it still looks pretty good. The only difference, for those of you that are interested in the SCs, and, now I've had to look into it a little bit. So here's a little bit of information. So you have the SC and you have the SC Custom. And what the difference is it's simply this. The SE Standard that I own has no maple cap and is made in Indonesia. The SE Custom is identical to this guitar in every way except for two things. A, it has a maple cap, and B, it's made in Korea. But they are exactly the same guitar. But the cost difference, at least in Canada, between the SE and the SE Standard, this one, and the SE Custom, is about $400. So you're literally paying $400 for a maple cap and to have it made in Korea. So I couldn't justify that. I just went with the cheapest one they had. Hey, Lost Smoke, welcome. Can you tell me what Todd is dealing with? If not, I understand. If anyone hears from him, please send him. My best, I know just... Oh, I think he's just has... I'm pretty sure it's... He's always had a back issue. I think it's his back. Blackjack Guitar Nut, how are you? Oh, now his YouTube name just popped into my head. Yeah, Showman Blues. If anyone knows what's happening with Showman Blues, pipe in the chat, because I haven't heard from Showman in, it's probably going on 2 months now. And Showman and I used to chat. So he's the one I'm concerned about, because I haven't heard from Showman in a while. I don't know if Showman, if you're lurking in here, buddy, just pop in and say hello and let me know you're doing all right, man. Buddy Holly, welcome. Just listen to Stray Cats' new CD today called 40, Not One Bad Song. The whole thing, check it out if you can. There you go. Stray Cats. Yeah, Showman Blues, right, Soda? You haven't heard from Showman in a while, yeah. Guitar Bazaar says it needs a set of PNAF Zebras. Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Glenn, if you want to message me on Messenger, maybe we will talk about that. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I would mind throwing in some of your pickups in this thing. Uh, it's Setzer's band, yeah. Yeah, I get it, Quinn. Not liking the PRS, but you know, I was not a fan either, and I really tried to like PRSs, but it wasn't until I found this one that just like I couldn't believe it because I find for me they have no soul. It's like they're so sterile, but this one I don't know, man. It just spoke to me right away. PNAFs would sound a world better, that's for sure, says Dave. Yeah. I could see that. I could see doing that. Hey, BV Ninja, welcome. Given the intended gig use and cover band, the PRS has more sense. Can easily make the pops okay in the band with the use of pedals. The Jackson, good guitar, but not the one you need. Yeah, I think it's leaning that way, BV Ninja. I'm thinking it's the Jackson is the one. Okay, yeah, go, yeah, for sure, Glenn. Okay, I'm just catching up. Sorry, folks, the chat is flying here. Metalhead Hippie Guitar Hack. I have a Platinum 245 SC and a 277. How do you like them, Metalhead Hippie? How do you like those guitars? Hey, the dog, but welcome, man. Okay, kind of. Hugh Caldwell is here. Welcome. Yeah, so I was saying, the PRS always kind of. I never found one that had a soul, but this one does. Oh, I'm out of tune. After I just said this thing holds tune. Hey, David Ennis, how are you? All right, cheers, Dave. Have a good lesson, man. And thanks for sending me that stuff, buddy. Can't find fault with either one of them. There you go. Oh, yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I want to basically hammer down this bridge, put in new tuners and new pickups, and this guitar will be awesome. Kubrick Lover Guitar, I think your guitar sounds nice. So, I don't think it sounds all that bad, but I think it could sound better. I'll tell you one thing. When I was playing that gig, one thing I noticed right away, these are nowhere near as good as my Les Paul pickups, not even close. Because there's certain things that when I'm playing with the Les Paul, certain things I can hear that are sort of, they give you that little, that little tingle of sweet tone, and this one wasn't delivering on. I mean, for the price and what it is, it's great. But it's no Les Paul. Pickup wise. All right. That was the 74, by the way. How's the neck? Is it thick? Jasco, no, it is they call it a pattern thin. But you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but necks are such a crapshoot, man. Like, I find such a difference from neck to neck. I could try, and I did. I tried other SEs, and some necks were good, some necks I didn't like, and they're all pattern thin. Like, but they're not the same. And it's not just, I'm not just picking on PRS. The same thing with Les Pauls. There's like no consistency in the neck. It's like I'll play 160 slim taper and it'll feel great. I'll grab another one that's supposed to be a 60 slim taper, and it's too big. It's too round, too bulky. It's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. Like, I find such variations in guitar necks. That's why I keep going to the same point. Like this, honestly, this is the first guitar I have ever ordered unplayed, and I just got lucky that I like it and it sounds good. But given the option though, man, you gotta play these guitars. You just gotta play them, and because the specs and all that, I don't know, man. They don't really give you the full story sometimes. Hey, Marsman is in here. That would make the difference, Hack. Okay. You talking about the pickups, Glenn? Dennis Cover got to drop out, but you all have fun, Hack and all. Okay, cheers. If you folks follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and if you don't, the links are below. You should because there's some cool content there. Not just there's people that we got a Guitar Hack group. People are throwing really good content on there. Check it out, and you can hear this guitar being played in the store by somebody who plays much better than me, and that's Dennis Coverband, who just said goodbye. He's my brother. Okay. BB Made, you might want to try some underwound humbuckers, more dynamic and touch sensitive. Yeah, I'm totally in agreement with that, BB Made. The PNAF pickups that I'm talking about with Glenn are low output pickups. I basically the lower the output the better. I swapped out in my 2016 standard that had Burstbucker Pros, which are Alnico 5 magnets, so they were pretty high output. They were just a little too hot, too bitey, and I swapped them out for Burstbucker 1s and 2s, which are way lower output. They're Alnico 2 magnets, I believe, and it sounds much better. Yeah, I'm not a high. I'll never have EMGs in any of my guitars or any of these super hot pickups. It's just not me. I really like that classic old style. I don't want to just push an amp and overdrive with high output pickups every time. Again, that's just me. Guitar Hack, if you like 59 neck, 59 neck is a JB. An option is 59 custom hybrid bridge. 59 neck. Okay, good to know. Good to know, Mark. Thank you for that. Okay, I'm just going down. Okay, I'm not going to say your name. I'll just say your initials. Jack M, welcome. Zero Cool in real life. Hey, man. How you doing? PRS will sound better with the Plimsoll since the Plimsoll adds a bit of grunge LPS. Yeah, the Plimsoll isn't even on my board, Zero Cool in real life. Ever since I got the LPD 74, the Plimsoll has been off my board. Not saying it won't end up on my board again, but I'm just really enjoying the 74 pedal. You have to play any guitar, says Quentin. Yeah. Hugh Caldwell, Hack, sell both and buy a Charvel. You know what? Hugh Caldwell, man, I really dig the Charvels, man. Very, very cool. Charvels are awesome. Okay, this is jumping all over the place here, folks. Okay, I'm just getting caught up here. Dogpa, nothing like having a neck custom card to your hand. Had one for decades. Everyone should get the opportunity to find out how awesome that is. That sounds pretty cool, the Dogpa. The setup on this, Christian, is perfect. Just the way I like it, man. You know, low action. It's got 9 to 42s on it. Yeah, it's bang on. Like it feels great. It really feels good. Glenn says I'll play an electric 15 minutes before I even plug it in. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Happy New Year, Jack M. Uh, okay, I'm getting caught up here. Han 36 Solo. Oh, Han 36 Solo mentions the 5150, folks. I gotta tell you, um, when I was at NAM last, when was that? July, June last year. I picked up tons and tons of guitars, super expensive guitars. I was picking up Framus, Kiesels, you know, all kinds of expensive guitars. And I'm telling you, the 5150 that I grabbed, which is not a crazy expensive guitar, and it's great. If you come across a 5150, the new 5150s, and they come out, I think there's like a drab gray color, there's like an army green color, very plain, um, low gloss, like they're not glossy looking or nothing, they're just very plain looking. But man, are those really good guitars. I still remember playing that guitar because that was the unveiling of it, and looking at the back of the headstock, and I couldn't believe it said it was made in Mexico. I finally came across one in the store a couple weeks ago, and I picked one up. I took photos of it. I put it again. It's on my Facebook or Instagram. And man, those things they play really, really good. They sound really, really good. Yeah, they're great guitars. The 5150s. If you see one in the store, pick one up, give it a shot. They're really good. Thanks for reminding me of that. Han 36 Solo. Those guitars are really, really good. And again, this is just my opinion. Nobody's paying me any money to say any of this stuff. I'm just telling you what I think. So, okay, I'm going down. All right, folks, it's 8:54. Hey, Dante, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good new. Hope everybody had a good New Year, man. Hope everybody had a good New Year. My New Year's, I didn't even talk about my New Year's gig. I didn't do an after gig hangout. But the New Year's gig was a little bit odd, but it was good. Um, they were expecting a full house. They told me there would be nowhere to sit and all this. And then at the end of the day, and they were charging a lot of money per person. At the end of the day, the place only was about half full. But what's important is that the people that were there actually were up and dancing, and we kept them up for the most part. So it was a good gig, and we were all pretty wiped out by the end of the night. And I'm playing a show again tomorrow night as well. And the place I'm playing tomorrow night, the guitar that I'm going to be taking, is it behind me? I'm actually taking, no, it's right here. I'm going to take the Firebird out tomorrow night because the place has got a really nice big stage area, and I have room for the Firebird. So like I said, all my guitars get played out, I take a photo. It was funny. I was talking to someone today about this earlier. I take a photo of my gear that for every gig I play, and pretty much every photo is a different guitar. It's like one of the Les Pauls, or it's an SG, or a E339 I took out not too long ago, and they all get used. So if I can't gig with them, they go back. So that's basically the way it is. Bearded Blues, dude, you want me to play that Jackson one more time? Okay, let me know if anybody else wants to see that Jackson again. Oh, Brad Miller's got 100 subs. Congratulations, Brad. We kid. Guitars are so subjective. Play what you like. Yeah, Quinn. I know you're just kidding, buddy. Gary Tholander, how come you don't live stream your gigs anymore? That was awesome. Gary Tholander, it was impossible for me to live stream that New Year's Eve gig because we're literally like on the floor and people are walking past me the whole time. That's why I wanted to take a beater. I was afraid of seeing my guitar get knocked over. I'll put some live clips up again. The thing is, the quality is always so terrible. That's why we stopped doing it. If anybody wants, actually, I think in the cards I've got a playlist of all live stuff. If you want to check that out, there's tons of it. Okay. Okay, Jack the Rabbit says, yeah. Okay, so you want to see the Jackson again. Hey, Rick Hefner, how are you, man? Upside Down, do you tape all your shows? I know you live stream them. I've seen them before. I was just no, we don't tape. No, we try. We got a GoPro just to sort of improve the picture quality and the sound quality. Um, I might be posting some good clips if we get any good sounding clips. I'll post them on my channel or on this channel, I should say, our channel. Are you doing awesome, Rick? Okay, so somebody wanted to see the Jackson one more time. So let me grab the Jackson again. 45 videos in the car. Yeah, it's all live playing Metalhead Hippie with two different bands. James, I'm going to say Mo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. This is a lot bigger guitar, like heavier and Kiss for you. Think of talk dirty to me. I would take the Jackson, but that's just me. When I feel the best bang for the buck, be made. Swap the Duncans with the PRS. Send the Jack. Do a little bit of surgery and send it back. Metal, yeah, Rebel Charm Metal Soda is still around. We just haven't gotten together in a long time. It's more fun watching you live. Plus, it gives me something to do on a Friday night. Well, I'll see if I can. I'll see if I can facilitate that, Gary. Your band plays other artists' music, right? Yeah, Kubrick Lover. Yeah, it's a covers band. But I have some original instrumental stuff. One I use for my theme music all the time, and I have a live stream with, or a live stream. I have a playlist with one original instrumental if you want to check it out. BB made swap. Okay, read that, and it just jumped on me. Rick Hefner, I would take this. That's just me. Okay. All right. Bring the 80s back. Yeah, I agree. All right, folks. So I make the speech every show. So I'm sure you all know what I'm about to say, but we have a fantastic community here. Let's keep it growing. Let's keep it positive. Let's all support each other. All the best to everyone, all you folks been supporting me all year long. In all the best for all of you in the coming year. Hope everybody has a great year. Let's yeah, man. Let's just keep it going. Keep moving forward. Play your guitars. Get more into the gear. Share your content. Let's just keep making music, man. Cause it's the only thing that keeps at least me. It's the only thing that keeps me sane. So yeah, thumbs up, folks. Would appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, Hack merch, 15% off. Promo code is Hack. You can get shirts like this, hoodies, all kinds of stuff for for the winter time. There's a PayPal as well if you so dare. I'm a horrible businessman. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for checking it out. I'll see. Maybe I got a gig tomorrow. I might pop in. Depending if I got a free evening, I might do a shits and giggles thing with you folks. But anyways, I just want to thank you all so much for the past year, and hopefully we can keep going in the future. And it's all about making music and sharing the joy of music, man. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. All right, you guys absolutely rock. Okay. And cheers, everybody. Take care.